realized tonight Florida was a much better basketball opponent than it was previous two opponents. I want to be careful how I say that because I do want to respect Missouri State and Valpo, but this is a Southeastern Conference basketball team, and it's a much improved Southeastern Conference basketball team from a year ago. And I didn't think that one of the few times that we didn't really come out with the focus necessary at the beginning of the basketball game. We usually are a very focused team when the game starts. We are in finals, and one might ask, why do you play games during finals? Well, we are on one of the most unique quarter systems in collegiate sports in that we start our quarters earlier than others. If we don't play during finals, we don't start our season for a full 7, 8, 9, 10 game days after the opening of the season. So these players have been through a lot this week, having traveled to Springfield, Missouri, and then having been in the middle of finals. I think that explains a little bit of why our focus wasn't where it usually is when the game started. We were able to stabilize the game in the second half, and still, it's one of those basketball games that you try to think in your mind, and you wanted to foul in the end there. We had 2 fouls to give. We wanted to foul before she ever had to speed up, and the players jumped on the switch, and that was one of our big kids chasing her, and we didn't get the foul committed nearly as early as we wanted to. We wanted that committed in the backcourt. We wanted it committed a lot earlier than it was committed. We got. I don't think we got a break at all. I think it was the right call on the whether that was a shooting foul or not. That was correct, and then the rule at the end of the game is that 0.3 seconds. You have to less than 0.3 seconds. It's got to be a tip and it cannot be a catch, and that's really what happened at the end of the basketball game. So that's really where I'm at with all this, and again, our players did a great job of hunkering down and coming back and really facing some great adversity tonight and getting a win by 1 point.
Coach, what did you tell your team at halftime?
Halftime is one of those tough halftimes because so much of what you're trying to correct gets you going backwards into the first half, and therefore, you don't get to be moving forward into what you want done in the second half because you're trying to correct what didn't happen in the first half. So that was a tough halftime for us. We didn't rebound in the first half. We did. I mean, some of the bizarres. I think Nikki Hayes Sports said it best. This is kind of some of the things that we did were surreal in the first half. I mean, Keisha's a competitor here, but the game started and her man, when she was guarding her man right in front of the bench, and I just let her for some reason just go to the basket without even attempting to defend him. I mean, if I didn't know better, well, I better not make jokes about point spreads, all right? But at any rate, if I didn't know any better, I would have said, who's she playing for? Because when the game started, that's just, hey, I don't say bad things about my players in the media, but I mean, that's an example of how this game started. I mean, we were just kind of a colossal mess regarding focus, and we thought we could wear them out by coming after them, and we did wear them out by coming after them, but at the same time, giving up 45 points at halftime is not what we're up the floor about. I'm not trying to, that's a 90-point pace. So we knew we had to stabilize the game and try to get the game slowed down in the second half, and that's really what we were trying to do.
Keisha, what was your first reaction when the last second play she got the ball and put it in? Did you think you lost, or did you realize the rule is she can't?
I knew it wasn't good because when I was guarding 3, I turned around, I seen her catch the ball and throw it up. I know you can't. It has to be a tip. So I knew it wasn't good.
I couldn't make sense of whether she caught it or not. That's what I couldn't make sense of. So I thought we got beat. I thought we got beat. I didn't know if she tipped it or catched it. I couldn't see if she caught it or tipped it. I thought it was a tip. But that's a coach, always thinking the worst.
Coach, what kind of effect do you think Catherine Harry had on the team? I know she got a lot more playing time in the second half versus the first one.
Well, Catherine is a starter in our mind's eye, and we're still in a place of discovery here as a team, in the sense that who's going to grab that fifth spot? We ended the season with a starting lineup intact, and yet, Taylor Pikes played really, really well the other day, and so she got the start tonight. She had a double-double the other day down in Missouri State, and I thought she earned the right to start. And we're still trying to figure our team out. How to use Catherine and Fee together, how to use them for one another. Same thing with China 3 back this year. We didn't have the luxury of China last year. How to use her with Sam, how to use her for Sam. Those are all aspects of the game that we're trying to still come together and figure out. So, Catherine is got talent, and we just, I think she's just going to get better and better. But we're just reading every game, every possession, every ebb and flow of a game. I can't even tell you the logic that goes into some of when you're coaching basketball. It's not always you're trying to pre-think it all, and you're just trying to figure it as you go on sometimes. And that's really she had energy tonight, and we still got to finish better. We just think about again the surreal of the first half. I mean, we were 1-on-0. How many times were we 1-on-0 in the first half? Blue way. I mean, we weren't 2-on-1. We were 1-on-0. And we blow away. I mean, we kick a ball out of bounds 1-on-0. We throw another pass to Catherine Harry when she was 1-on-0. That she had to recover the catch instead of making. It just really, there's some, as bad as the 45 was, we could have had 45 or 48 ourselves. 33 we know is a great shooter. The game plan. Don't leave her. Don't let and we come out and 2 or 3 players the first half just walk away from her. And that's what she does. She's a standing shooter. So those are all part of the reasons why it was just a frustrating first half.
Keisha, what did you and your teammates talk about there in the last few minutes of the game?
Well, Coach gave us a game plan. We were supposed to foul before the shot. We came out, foul before, before she gets the ball into the front court. But I don't know, me and Fee, I guess, I was calling Fee to foul, but it just wasn't clicking. But we just wanted to stay clean. We didn't want to give them anything. We didn't want to give them a free look at the basket. So we told them just, don't foul, no shooting fouls.
We wanted to use both fouls. We had two to get. We wanted to use both of them. And you can't get too tricky there about waiting for 2 seconds, 3 seconds, because the kids keep doing it. Once the kid gets the head of steam up and starts looking at you in a rearview mirror, which is exactly what we didn't want to have happen. It's exactly what did have happen. And again, back to Amanda's upset. I could be upset too because Fee did follow along the sideline. Where you guys were sitting, you were in front of her. I mean, maybe I'm wrong about that, but I mean, tell me that she didn't commit a foul over there. I mean, I think you were there. Did she foul or not? You helped me. You guys were all sitting there. Did she or not? That means I'm wrong. Okay. She didn't foul. All right. I know she was trying to foul.
Did you consider fouling again with a tenth of a second left?
Steve, it was just too much. I didn't want to be in a situation. I don't want to call timeout. We had 1 left, and I didn't want to be in a situation where the kids would get confused and foul. There's just too much congestion there. It's just too crowded. It was tight. I didn't want to try to mess something up because there's a lot that can happen when you think you're outsmarting yourself there.
Keisha, what went through your mind just before you shot those 2 free throws with 6 seconds left?
Just knock them down.